I went into this with a strange expectation. I had read of this story long before I'd seen the episode, but with only a dull recollection. For some reason that made me feel a little more critical of it. But let's start with a brief synopsis before we analyse anything. Princess Porcina needs a magical material to repair her cloak, which gives her the ability to turn anything into glass. She hopes that she can turn the whole world into glass, so that everybody can admire her beautiful reflection. So she sends her henchmen, the Raptorians, in search of it. They find the little ponies preparing for an Olympic event, which seems to hold little to no importance to the unfolding story, but the ponies seem very excited by it. And they observe the ponies being generally magical. So they kidnap some of them to use their manes to create a new cloak. But the Bushwillies spot them and rush to tell the others. Megan quickly sets up a rescue party. However, not all is as it appears. The Raptorians don't want to make the cloak to help the princess, but instead want to have her use its powers to conquer a place to call their own. And now they have set their eyes on Ponyland, so they convince her into turning the valley and all of its inhabitants into glass. When Megan and the rescued ponies find out, they try to switch the magical cape for a fake one made from bushwilly fur to reverse the effects, but are caught in the act. Porcina goes to turn them into glass, but she has a change of heart. She sees the fear of the ponies before her and realises how wrong she was to turn a living thing into glass. So the Raptorians seize the cloak, and in trying to use it, turn themselves into glass. The princess explains that it's alright, they felt nothing, just as they felt nothing for others. And then she repents, returning the land to the way it should always have been. No, I have glossed over a few small things. Firstly, there's a secondary story happening here. While all the ponies are amazing at their Olympics, Shady feels useless in her abilities and thinks she has no value. When she learns that ponies that were trying to console her were kidnapped, she blames herself. She follows after the rescue party in secret, thinking that maybe she can find a way to help and give herself value. When the ponies discover that Ponyland is turned into glass, it is Shady who proposes a fake cloak. When all is said and done, the ponies thank her, reminding her that it was her courage and thoughtfulness that made her stand out, and that she was always there when they needed her most. I think that this is an important moment in the story. Everybody needs to feel valued. I've had a similar experience to this because of our very community. When I was designing the avatar of Dove, I couldn't think of what would make her special. All my friends had gifts like music or art, and after some time, it took a friend telling me that what mattered wasn't my talents, but that I was a good friend to them. My self-worth wasn't measured by my abilities, but by my values. My total doves will always represent my love and friendship for others. The next thing I want to note is a moral point, most likely unintentional of the writers, the cruelty of harming living things. When Porcina sees the fear of little ponies, she stops and reconsiders her sense of value. She still considers herself beautiful, but no longer needs to harm another to achieve it. This is reflective of two things. Cruelty of animals, often known to happen in the beauty industry, and cruelty to other people because they do not meet our expectations or standards in whatever form. At the end of the day, if we reflect poorly off another, can we really call ourselves beautiful in any way, shape or form? On a less serious note, I wanted to share a funny comparison. Heartthrob the Pegasus. Yes, the name is intentional. Compared with Rarity. Admittedly, the AT stereotype are much stronger when it comes to the pretty girl character, but just listen to this.
Maybe you're trying too hard. Maybe you need to have a little fun, have some excitement, like a lovely costume party, something glamorous. What do you think of my new dress?
Of all the worst things that could happen, this is the worst thing!
You hear that too, right? Also, pony hair. Instant regrowth. Not particularly important for anything, but I thought it was amusing. My last note of comic is the Raptorian design. They are dog birds. I find this both comical and cute. When we first see them, we almost feel bad for them, following a ruler who clearly did not care for others. But when they open up about manipulating her, it feels unfitting of their design. They don't look like they should be cruel. Most villains in My Little Pony so far seem to suit their designs. This trio didn't feel like it belonged among the violent category. Porcina, on the other hand, falls perfectly into her design. The design team clearly played against the cliché here. Porcina, being a pig, an animal generally considered unclean and not particularly pretty, is not only a princess, but she believes herself to be beautiful. I think this is important because it speaks volumes about what we consider to be beauty. If we believe her to be unpretty, are we right or wrong? What makes a person truly beautiful is not always skin deep, and it's important to have a sense of self-worth and confidence. Porcina, in a way, is a perfect contrast to Shady. She believes in herself and believes she is beautiful and valuable and does not need the confirmation of others. Anyway, that's my ramble about the Glass Princess. I believe the next story may be a bit more of a challenge. A great, big, fluffy one. But until then, I will see you all in history.